Well, Goldbug Stables are a digital horse racing stable dedicated to breeding and caring for high-value racehorses. They have an online game called Zed Run that allows players to buy, breed and race digital horses which are represented by non-fungible tokens. For more, let's bring in Preston Buhrmaster. Thanks for joining me.
Hi, thanks for having me on the show.
Absolutely. Now, what first interested you in investing in NFTs?
So, I first started to become interested in investing in non-fungible tokens, better known as NFTs, around the end of last year when I was researching new investment opportunities in the cryptocurrency field. And through my research, I found it to present a promising long-term investment opportunity with a massive potential for growth. So that's what initially fueled my interest. And as I began to dive deeper into my research, I soon learned that they were capable of much more than just representing ownership of digital art. Something like Zed Run existed, there was things before it, and there's seemingly endless opportunities to invest.
Yeah. Why did you choose Zed Run over other options?
So I was sitting in my apartment one afternoon practicing some DJ skills just to take a break from homework. And a good friend Michael sent me an article on NFT-based game called Zed Run. I didn't know about it at the time. And or as my hat shows, Saratoga Race Course. I grew up in Saratoga Springs, New York, so I grew up around horse racing. And I had a kind of gut feeling right away that it was just something I'd want to get into. So I called him after I read the article, and not long after, I'd say about 2 weeks, we teamed up with a third partner, Oscar, and invested in our first horse.
There you go. Now, approximately how much do these digital horses cost?
So there's a huge price differential with range in. But similar to picking up a hobby in regular racehorsing, investing in Zed Run is rather expensive if you want a good horse, of course. So on the last drop, the most coveted horses in the game, the Z1 Nakamotos, were selling for over $35,000 in USD. And the same horse, just about a month prior at the previous drop, was going for just over 15,000. So those are awesome returns to see there. And now for the low end, you're going to see that the base price for breeding these racehorses is set at 75 thousandths of an Ethereum. So that's equivalent to approximately 190 US dollars or 245 in Australian. And so you won't really see any horses lower than these prices, though you've seen prices reach amounts well over $100,000. So it's truly a situation where you get what you pay for, but definitely do so wisely.
Interesting, very interesting. Now, have you had any success racing in Zed Run?
At this current point in time, I wouldn't know any particular success, though I'd say for being in there about a month to learn as much as we have and get in already at such an early stage is a great place to be in. We did actually invest Ethereum's recent highs it was at, so we lost some value in a temporary short-term sense. Though I'm pretty confident over the long-term future, or even like over the next few months, especially during the summer when crypto kicks up a bit more, we're going to see that come back. And then also there is now gas-free trading on Zed Run horses on OpenSea, which is going to make it a lot easier for people to access the horses and I think drive up value. So we should start seeing some success here in the coming weeks, especially since breeding's back open and we have a male horse, so we can set the price with that, and that's where we're looking for a lot of the value.
Now, do Zed horses, do they end up dying at all?
So yeah, that's actually a good question. They do not currently have anything built into the game for even things as simple as like fatigue or strain, injury. There's no rest period, and the horses don't have a life, though there is a set amount of races that each horse is going to be able to have for its useful life. So I'd basically consider it like as a depreciation piece of the asset if you're considering it from an investor standpoint. But that would be considered like, I think you can just breed it at that point, but I'm not 100% certain.
There you go. I'm just having a look on the internet as well. The most expensive horse has sold for $70 million. It was Fusashi Pegasus. Is that correct?
I missed that one myself. That is ridiculous.
Amazing,
Yeah.
amazing. Now, what's next for you?
So actually, we're looking to take this thing a bit further, and the three of us are looking to group together and hopefully the next coming months to establish a fund based in NFTs.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ticker News. Just before we go, where can our audience go and find out more about you and what you do?
So currently we're located on Twitter and Instagram with the handle Goldbug Stables, GOLDBUG. And I'm also on Twitter with the handle P Buhrmaster, BUHRMASTER.
Amazing stuff. Thank you so much for joining us here on Ticker News.
Thank you. It was my pleasure.